We all have heard crazy stories or interesting facts about the NBA in general, about a certain player or a situation in the league, but it's almost impossible to know all of them, unless you're like the super duper fanatic. But I've done a little bit of research in the last couple of days trying to figure out what the next vid could be about, and I came across a website that talked about interesting facts in the NBA. I've actually never heard about those stories before, or not with that many details, so I wanted to share those stories with you. The website will be in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. Go for it. I personally have selected the most unknown and craziest stories about the NBA that remain not super popular to this day.
I know them niggas hate. All black when I'm getting busy. Just pray I beat the case.
Number 1. 60% of NBA players go broke 5 years after retirement. This is an actual study made by Sports Illustrated, which was made a few years back in 2009. Actually, damn, 11 years already, time flies. Anyways, how come established professional NBA players who make millions of dollars can become so broke and so quickly? The reality is that when people touch a certain amount of money, their lifestyle upgrades as well. And that is the main problem for most people. We live in a generation of consumption, and it's always tempting to buy the new Gucci, the new 11s, or the brand new BMW, especially when you're rich. Problem is, that lifestyle is not sustainable long term, and most players who touch that amount of money spent it before it even go to their bank account. You take loans, mortgage, long-term payments. You know for sure that they are going to keep taking money from your account, but that money coming in is not guaranteed the same way. We have even seen a former ex-Cavs player and LeBron James teammate, Delonte West, in the streets as a homeless, asking for money. I mean, sometimes living this type of lifestyle is addicting, and there's no going back. It takes a toll on the financial side, but also on the mental, as you see players go crazy, especially in sports where the retirement age is around 37 to 42. I mean, what do you do for the next 45 years of your life? This is a life lesson that a lot of people need to understand. It's not the amount of money you make, but the amount of money you spend that makes your financial status.
If your spending habits remain the same, eventually that well's going to run dry, right? So unfortunately for us athletes, the retirement age is 32, 34 if you're lucky, 37 like myself. What comes next?
Number 2. Kobe Bryant's first contract was co-signed by his parents. When Kobe was drafted by the Hornets and immediately traded to the Lakers back in 1997, Kobe wasn't fully 18 years old yet. Kobe ended up accomplishing an iconic career and ending it all as one of the greatest players to have ever played. Kobe left a legacy untouched, and that will be idolized for generations to come. But the entry into the NBA was a funny one, as the rules were a lot different back then. A player could not sign a contract under 18 years of age, because most would be a lot older than that when the draft came around. It was never a problem until Kobe arrived. Kobe skipped college and went straight to the NBA at 17 years of age, which was extremely young for a player to join the NBA at that time, but he was that talented. For the contract to be approved, his parents needed to co-sign it on his behalf for him to be officially a part of the NBA. Number 3. Jordan shoes were once banned by the NBA. As we know, the Jordan shoes is probably one of the most popular shoe lines in history, and just like all stories, problem, doubts, and uncertainty comes prior to the massive success. I was binge watching YouTube videos a couple days ago, and I came across this old video of Michael Jordan at a talk show addressing the situation. Basically, the NBA wanted teams and players to wear shoes that fits the colorway of their team color. And as most Jordan shoes at that time, most of the shoes were white and didn't fit the jerseys at all.
Is this the shoe that the NBA wouldn't let you wear? Yeah. Now, why wouldn't they let you wear it? Just because it's ugly, I guess, for starters.
Hey, I agree with you. They are ugly.
Now, wait a minute. Didn't you help design these?
It's the shoe, not the color.
Oh, not the color.
Have anything to do with
okay,
the
so,
color.
but what's wrong with the coloring? This, what rule do we violate here?
Well, it doesn't have any white in it.
Uh-huh. Well, neither does the NBA.
The earlier Jordan also came out in black and red and wasn't appreciated by David Stern, as they were matching only with the Chicago Bulls uniform. Nike capitalized on this, as it was free publicity for them, and they were able to make the shoes and the company as big as it is today. David Stern also fined Michael $5,000 for every game he wore those shoes, but Nike embraced it by paying all of the fines for him, using this story to their advantage. That $5,000 was absolutely nothing compared to what they got in return. Smart investment. Number 4. Shaquille ONeal challenged Hakeem to a one-on-one. It was back in 1995. Shaq was a young 22-year-old prospect who was hungry for success. He was able to bring his Orlando team to the finals that year, going up against the Rockets and the best center in the league at that time, Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem completely owned Shaquille in that series as he scored 30 points in every game, outscored in every department, and completed a sweep against those Orlando Magic. Pure unintended disrespect. Like, how you gonna destroy me like that and just walk away like that? As any big competitor, Shaq was very pissed off and wrote him a letter asking him for a one-on-one, saying, "Hakeem, the series may be a done deal, but it ain't over between you and me. Sure, you're pretty good with your team behind you, but I want you one-on-one." If you're a real competitor, you understand his feelings. You can't go out like that, can't go out like no bitch. But Hakeem had proved to the world he was not only just better, but a lot more dominant and by a landslide. This one-on-one request by Shaq was popular at that time, and even Taco Bell wanted a part of it, making up a date, pay-per-view, and a trailer to get ourselves hyped up.
It will be the heavyweight battle of the year. Shaquille ONeal, Hakeem Olajuwon, one-on-one. 10 rounds, $1 million. Shaq, Hakeem, one-on-one. Saturday, September 30th, live on pay-per-view.
Be there September 30th.
But the event was later canceled, and that is why it's unknown for many. But let me know, who do you think would have won in that one-on-one? Let me know in the comments. Number 5. Dennis Rodman didn't start taking basketball seriously until he was 21. When asked about the start of his love for basketball, Dennis Rodman said that he didn't start playing basketball until high school, and even there, he never took it seriously. Dennis was around 5'7" in high school and couldn't make a layup, he said. When he graduated high school, Dennis Rodman was around 5'8" and still never looked at basketball as a possible opportunity, as he was working as a janitor during those years. He experienced a 10-inch growth spurt at 20 years of age, which is practically impossible, and saw himself jump from 5'8" to around 6'7". I don't know what the hell he ate, but I need that. At age 21, he started to take basketball a lot more seriously as he saw an opportunity and his talent growing more and more. He got drafted as the 27th pick in the 1986 draft at 25 years of age for the Detroit Pistons, and everything fell right into place as he saw himself accomplish his purpose. He ended up winning 5 titles, 2 with the Detroit Pistons, and creating the iconic trio, playing alongside the greatest of all time and winning another 3 championships with the Chicago Bulls. He retired in 2000 and was well-deservingly inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2011. Truly a remarkable story and career. You're never too young or too old. Those are just excuses. Keep chasing your dream and keep doing what makes you happy. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, you should come back next time. I hope you learned something new or got a little motivated to accomplish your own dreams. And with that being said, see you next time. Peace out.